It's so beautiful to see everybody here. Thank you for coming. The first thing I want to say to the family of Jermaine Carby is that I'm on the radio tomorrow, and if you want to come tomorrow and talk about what's going on, you can come on my radio program. Yeah, that's Sunday from 3 to 4 on News Talk 1010, When I heard yesterday afternoon about Freddie Gray and about the fact that 6 police officers who were involved in his death were going to be charged. Yes? Yes? But I have to tell you, that was not my reaction. I didn't cheer. I cried. I cried and I cried and I cried because, not because I was happy that these officers were finally going to face some justice. No. The reason that I cried was because of the description that was read out to all of us in the world about the way, the disrespectful and inhumane way that Freddie Gray was treated in the moments before he died. Shame. The other reason that I cried yesterday was because I know, and everybody knows, including the police who were charged with unlawfully arresting Freddie, that there was no reason for the police to be interacting with Freddie Gray in the first place. So now let us talk about what's happening here in our city in Toronto. Because we also have a problem with the way that police are interacting with people whom they have no business interacting with. And let me tell you what I'm talking about. Our rights are currently being ignored. They are being ignored by the chief of police, whose office is in the building that I'm standing in front of. Our rights are being ignored by the civilian police board, who meets every month in the building that I'm standing in front of, because they have decided that this thing that we have called carding, they didn't even want to give a name to it. They didn't even want us to know about it, but now we know what is going on. They have decided that this practice of police carding, which was voted on and was endorsed only a couple of weeks ago in this building, that it is okay, that it's fair. In fact, they've decided and told us, Mark Saunders, our new police chief, told us that police carding is necessary to the police to do their job. That means that the police are telling us that in order to do their jobs, they need to stop and question people who are suspected, in their own words, of no crime. Is that the police's job? No! They're telling us, our leadership in the police are telling us, that they need to keep files on innocent people, not even in a notebook, a personal notebook. No, they need to keep files on innocent people in a massive database that every single police officer in the city of Toronto can access. Is that what their job is? No! No! So here's what I want to say to you about this practice today. Because God knows who else, by the way, besides the police, can access the police database. I don't know, and you don't know, and they won't tell us. But what I do know is, because I've been stopped by police in this city more times than I can count, that my name is in that database, and many of your names are probably in that database too, even though you haven't done anything wrong. Okay? So, the Charter of Rights and Freedoms, which you may have heard of, the Charter of Rights and Freedoms says that everyone has the right not to be arbitrarily detained by the police. That's what the Charter, the highest law of this country, says. And guess what, everyone? The Charter of Rights and Freedoms does not say, unless you have dark skin. Okay? No. The Charter of Rights and Freedoms does not say you have the right to be free from arbitrary detention unless you live in a poor neighborhood, unless you live in a neighborhood where crime is prevalent. No! Your right not to be arbitrarily detained by your police is absolute, and we demand that the people who work in this building respect our rights! This practice of police carding, you can call it whatever you want, but it is illegal and it is immoral. Now, police carding does disproportionately target people with dark skin. That's just a fact, and that's from the police's own data that they have collected, okay? So, what happens is, your information goes into a database. We don't know how it gets used, but we know one thing. Even people who try to do a criminal background check to get a job, to get into school, these non-criminal, let me say it again, non-criminal interactions come up on criminal background checks, and they ruin young people's lives. At the very time when we're talking about jobs, when we're talking about opportunities for people, this is what we're doing to black young people. So we cannot allow them to thwart the opportunity for people who have done nothing wrong. We cannot allow them to criminalize people who have done nothing wrong. This practice absolutely has to stop. And so we have to demand an end to carding, and so that there is no confusion whatsoever on the part of our police. If a police officer wants to come talk to me, that's okay. You can come talk to me, okay? I say that's fine, but I don't have to stop and talk to you. And I definitely don't have to give you my personal information to be put into a database when I've done nothing wrong. Let's not be confused. And so, our demand for Mayor John Tory, who is on the Police Services Board, and for the other 6 members of the Toronto Police Services Board, our demand is very simple. Here is the rule that every single police officer in this city needs to abide by if they want to talk to me or any other person in our city. If I'm free to go, just tell me so! Or lead me to believe that I am being detained. Unless you suspect me of a crime, and you can tell me exactly what that crime is. Don't take my personal information to put it into a database that could incriminate me later. Don't put the expectation on me that I will ask you, as the police officer, whether or not I am being detained. Because you have already gone around and created a climate in the city where you stop people and don't tell them why. So the onus for rights is on the police. It's not on us. They need to tell us what they are doing because they serve us. We will not stop demanding our right to walk in peace and freedom in the city of Toronto. We are not going to stop until they change this racist and illegitimate practice of police carding. I want you to say it with me. I'm going to take the first part. You guys take the second part. If I'm free to go, just tell me so. If I'm free to go,